Hi, and good evening for European viewers. I'm making a quick video where I see us standing now and how it fits to my bigger picture. If you don't know the bigger picture, you should watch the last video I posted in English because it pretty much gives the idea. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. Uh, do your own research and do not do not trade if you don't know what you're doing. Uh, you will lose if you don't. That's almost 100% guaranteed thing. As I said in the last video, my English is pretty horrible, but I think most of you, if you start speaking Finnish, your Finnish sounds like shit too. So I don't have any reason to be that embarrassed. But still, I won't edit this video because I don't want to look up this video again. Okay, so let's get to the point. I posted this on Twitter 2 days ago, and the target was the 3,454 in BitMEX perpetual inverse swap contracts, and that's basically that is the same. I lifted that $1 up because the exact price is if I remember it's 3454.5 or something like that. So I priced it 3455, $1 up. So basically the same. And why is that target there? Because it's this is the orange B wave, and you can divide if if this is the orange B wave, you can divide this into three waves, which this is A, that's B, and that's the C. And if we make a one-to-one extension for this C relative to this A, the target is exactly there. And the other point is that if we trying to imagine a forming bull flag here, uh, if we make the assumption that we will lift back up here, then we make the top line there and the bottom line should go pretty much parallel to this upper line. So if it will go like that, we can get the cross point, which we can estimate the time when we hit there. Other than that, it's pretty irrelevant. Like I said in the last video, I don't just draw patterns like bull flags, bear flags, triangles, and other kind of stuff because I've looked at, hey, there's a bull flag or something. I always identify the wave pattern inside the pattern structure because then you can avoid any fake breakouts. I find that patterns themselves, if you just randomly draw patterns that you see, uh, don't give so much information, and they can, like I said, lead to false breakouts and uh, basically kill your trades. I don't believe any. Yes, I believe I believe head and shoulders and stuff, but there's also basically a wave structure in them. Uh, it's all, pretty much always an ending. Uh, Head and shoulders is a pattern where the impulse movement ends up and the retracements has already started, and you're just trying to estimate where the where the bottom hits before it starts a new impulse wave set. But I don't draw head and shoulders. I don't see any reason to do that. But like I said in the last video, some do and trade them and they succeed in it, so why not? Why not? Okay, but then let's get back. One thing I have to say. I heard critics about the microphone. I don't have any microphone in this laptop because I'm not I had no reason to believe I will make any videos like 6 months ago, so I haven't got any interest in go and buy a microphone. But I might just do it if this, if you find any use in these videos and I get more viewers, then it probably is okay to buy. But until that, I suggest that you just tune up your volume as high as you can, or you use like headphones or something like that. Okay, my wife is putting the kids at sleep now, so it's easier for me to speak English when she is not watching and laughing. Okay, so as I said, ABC is inside this. I can draw it so you can visualize it more precisely, like this. Let's make it red so it uh, comes out of the ABC like that. And the other possibility would have been that this orange A would have ended there and it would have been extended flat, but looks like it's like this. Okay, so I tweeted this 2 days ago, and that is the same pattern. Still haven't changed it, other than the $1 lift up from 3,454 to 3,455. So it's the same. And if it really forms this and doesn't go basically below that, at least not a lot, and it bounces there, then I'm expecting this C wave to be 1-to-1 relative to this A. Why do I expect it to be that? Because it's very likely that is 1-to-1. One point is that there is a very major resistance area in 4,600, so I'm expecting a reaction from there. And the other one I explained in the video before this, where I said that the green 2 wave, which is earlier up there, retraced almost 0.618, and if we make some kind of correlation for this, then this 4 wave is very likely to retrace less, meaning it goes approximately to 0.382, or a little bit less, and a little bit less is right here. So there is three things that correlate very much with this price here. So my major short fills are there. I'm not closing my shorts here. I'm considering to close part of them here, but I might not still do that because I'm in no rush. I'm just trying to catch that hedge long position from this area a little bit above. It almost hit that it was $6. I missed it $6 from my long entry point at March futures in BitMEX, but I think it will go there. I have no doubts. My only doubt is actually that will this sucker bunch bounce at all, but if it doesn't, that's okay, fine by me, because then I'm still short and I can go close my shorts at 3K. So then we should bounce, but let's make the hypothesis that this works very like I have drawn it. Then what do we have then? If we hit exactly on this time period which I have drawn there, which it's like 12 hours from here now, or 12 hours from here, then we should form this kind of pattern. And if we want to form, make the daily chart so it's easier to use that magnet tool like that, like that. Now, and I change a different color. Let's make it yellow. And then we want to make a parallel line to make a bear flag for that. Now it's like that. So then we get the cross point approximately to here, which would be end of this month, 30th to January. So I could basically move these to here. So if we prepared to make a long trade if you enter a long position, because it won't go there necessarily very fast. Because if it goes there, it can go there faster. It doesn't make any difference to my targets, but then it makes this pattern look like this. And it's perfectly okay, it doesn't rule anything out. So, but I'm expecting it would be very nice that if this goes like I have planned it to go, that this will form a very large bear flag up from there. But I'm not expecting that large movement down. I'm expecting it to move to this area. It's uncertain yet where it will land, but somewhere in here. I know it's a very large scale. There's almost 20% difference in the 2050 and 1650, but it will go much accurate as the time goes by, and we can make calculations according to that. In my opinion, retracement patterns are easier to calculate than impulsive movements, but because the fifth wave can fuck us up in many ways. But still, this is how I see it playing out. And after that, I don't think that area is the bottom, and it will start a bigger retracement up. And I don't expect this retracement being this fast, because it's it's relative to the size of this whole purple structure, which I have described in my earlier video. So I think it might even last until summer, and then should start the final leg down. And where will it land? Hard to say at this point. That 1175 is the so-called sniper target, but it may also change either lower, or I don't think it will change higher, but it might go lower than that. But we shall see as we go. If you're Elliott wave chartist, you have to be prepared to change your view. As I've said multiple times, anything's possible. We might have bottomed even. I don't think we have. I think we are pretty far from it, but actually not far from it, but I don't think we have bottomed yet. And I don't remember what I was supposed to say to that, but nothing. Guess it was nothing important. Anyway, so we just have to follow the ways and take one step at a time, and be prepared to anything. If you trade, you have to be prepared to anything. You cannot be always right. You will not be always right. If you are, then you are some kind of phenomenal thing out from this world, which is also possible, but haven't seen anyone like that. There was actually was supposed to talk to you about this. There was this is a good example in smaller time frame, where the plan which I've described in bigger picture here doesn't play out. I was expecting that this would also form a nice bear flag, but it didn't. It started to break down before, but it was irrelevant for me. But I posted it on Twitter, but it was no relevance, because I don't trade that small time frame movements. Not interested in those, because they have, in my opinion, bigger risk factor when you are not in such high percentages. Yeah, that was poor explanation, but would have been a bit nicer in Finnish. Okay, but I'm still waiting one more smaller leg to this area. It might go even a bit lower, but we shall see. There's pretty nice resistant area here and there. 34775, and that is where it already wicked pretty precisely, and only $1.5 it got short out of it. So it doesn't necessarily go there. It already hit that area, 3478, almost almost to the tick, as they tend to say. So basically, we already can be finished, but I'm still expecting that one more smaller push down. At least I hope it, because I won't chase this trade. If it doesn't go to fill my hedge long, it doesn't fill it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So be careful. I get this out of here because it makes my art look like shit. It already does look like shit, and I hate when it's full of lines. I won't. If I didn't post anything out, my chart don't look like this. It necessarily doesn't look like anything. I just check the targets, and my chart is basically naked, as they say. I don't. It makes it confusing when it's full of this crap. But it's to make this visual. So we might already be finished here, or we just might make that one last dip down. We shall see. Interesting to see. Okay, stay safe, trade safe, or do not trade at all. I suggest you not trade at all. Good night.